Hello, everybody out there. Today I have with me Bob Johnston of Fibrenew. Bob has been in the franchising world for quite some time now. Fibrenew, if nobody knows, they do leather, vinyl, and plastic restorations, something that everybody and every business needs. Fibrenew is amazingly enough, or maybe not so amazingly enough, one of our most popular franchises. They are constantly putting people into there. I have put people into Fibrenew. When my people talk to the franchisees, it is just amazing how happy those franchisees are. But I don't want to steal Bob's thunder. So Bob, why don't you start off with telling us a little bit about you, your start in franchising, and how you came to represent Fibrenew?
Great. Well, thank you very much, Greg, for the opportunity to be on your program. Folks, my name, as Greg said, is Bob Johnston. I'm the Director for Franchise Development here at Fibrenew. I've been in the franchising world now for around 28 years. I've had the opportunity to work with 3 different franchise organizations. I've been with Fibrenew now for a little over 10 years. I work out of my home-based office, which is located in Wisconsin. I'm Central Time, but my role is to help educate and get people understand what our model is. We're not here to sell you, we're here to educate you on who and what Fibrenew is. And here at Fibrenew, and I might as well give you a little of my personal, so you got a little too. I'm a very lucky and blessed man. I've been married now for almost 50 years to my high school sweetheart. We raised 3 terrific sons. 2 of my sons are married. We're blessed so far with 6 grandchildren. And let me tell you, they are the love of our life. It's like your rebirth. You're back out helping the kids with everything from homework to listen and play their instruments and practice. So we're just so lucky. But
Wow.
the best part of the story, the best part of the story is though, all of my children live within a 3-mile radius of where I live. So we get to see them and the kids and the grandkids all the time. And we're really a strong family knit group here where we get to do all our family functions together. And we're so lucky and we're so blessed. So that's a little of my background and my personality. Like I stated earlier, when I work with people, I'm not there to try to sell you something. I want to educate you who and what Fibrenew is. We have a 5-step process here where our first call is an interview where we get to know each other. I'll ask you a number of questions. I'll give you more information about Fibrenew. And that call typically runs about an hour. But when you're done with that call, people always tell me, boy, Bob, I walked away today with a wealth of information. If you're going to give me an hour of your time, I want to make it very worthwhile so you really have a good understanding of what our model's about. If you like that, then we're going to go to step 2, which is a PowerPoint presentation. It's going to go deeper than what we talked about on the first call. But on that call, if you're married or you have a significant other or a partner, I really encourage you to have that person on the call because it is a family decision. And we want to cover those bases and make sure, you can tell them about it, but telling is one thing, having them see it is another. And on that second call, it's question and answer period time from both spouses and husbands. The third step of our program is when we're done with that, it's where the fun begins. You get to actually call and talk to franchise owners. You can ask them any questions you want. And we have an open door policy. We have over 285 franchises, so trust me, you're going to have a number to choose from, but you can ask them all the personal questions. When we complete 7 to 10 validation calls and you get your map figured out, and we're quite different than some of the other companies out there, when we have you work on the development of your territory, you work with our mapping department and you get to actually construct the territory from scratch. We build them by zip codes. They have to be contiguous, and that's your territory. We actually have you even do homework assignments to ensure to you that you're checking out all the avenues of business so you're really covered. And I can't tell you the compliments we get about that. Feeling you're about 85, 90% there with Fibrenew. Then we go to step 4, and step 4, people just rave about it. Step 4 is you physically go on a ride day with a selected franchise owner. We have 16 owners that provide a physical ride day. So you can actually see what a day in the life is all about. And you get to get in there, get your hands dirty. You get to see it. And what I always hear from everybody after a ride is, oh my gosh, Bob, it was like going to a magic show. I still can't believe everything I saw. And then they say, I was so worried, Bob, could you really teach me how to do that? But it's a step-by-step process, and it's the products that do the work. And that really takes a lot of pressure off of them. And then, of course, they get to see their books, and after what they've heard in validation about our margins being very high, they get to relatively see it because the franchise owners are very open on letting them see their books. So the ride day is the accumulation of all these steps we do, and that kind of puts it at the pinnacle. After they get done with the ride day, I typically meet with them 2 days later, discuss with them what their thoughts are. The franchise owner they go with also sends us a report because it is a two-way street. We want to make sure we're the right fit. For one reason is you're spending a lot of money, and we're also spending a lot of time and training and due diligence. So we want to make sure we're going to be the right fit for each other. So we have very open and honest discussions about it. I would tell you that anybody that goes on a ride day, I would say right now, 98% are approved. Because typically we'll let people go on a ride day unless we feel they're the right fit. Because why waste your time or why waste the franchise owner's time? But when we get done with that call, I would tell you 98% of them join our program and our system. And when they say, yeah, Bob, we'd like to be a part of it, then we set up a presidential call with Jesse Johnstone. And all Jesse wants to confirm with them is, do you have any unanswered questions? And if they say no, they really covered it all, then he says, we'd like to award you the franchise if you'd like to become part of our family and part of our team. Now, I know sometimes when I say the word family, people might roll their eyes a little bit, but I'm going to tell you in validation and throughout the process, every single franchise owner you talk to, every one of them will mention family because here at Fibrenew, it is that way. But that's our 5-step process. It's very smooth. It's very deliberate. I try to meet with people if I can once a week where everything will stay pretty sharp and crisp and you really get a full understanding of it. And by the way, if at any time we're doing a call and you say, hey, I don't think it's the right fit, all you do is tell me, we close the file, we move on. Because in this case, Greg has provided you with maybe 3 or 4 really great options to look at, and they're all going to be great. It's just a matter of what is going to be the best fit for you. And that's what we all strive for. Like I said earlier, we're not here to sell you. We're here to educate you. So that's a little bit about our process. Now, what do we look for in a candidate? I look for these 5 qualifying traits. Number 1, and everybody laughs when I say this, but number 1, you cannot be colorblind because you're matching color. No, number 2, you've got to enjoy using and working with your hands. So I kind of always like to look at what are your hobbies? Do you like fishing, yard work? Do you like building models? Do you like working on car engines or woodworking? All of this is working with your hands. The third thing I look for is I look for people who are trainable and coachable. Because no matter what franchise you go into, you've got systems. And that's what a franchise brings to the table are the systems that are going to lead to your success. So let's try to be straightforward there. You got to be trainable and coachable. The fourth item I look for is I look for people in decent physical condition. And what I mean by that is occasionally you might have to kneel down to work on something. You're working with your hands all the time, so your hands got to be good. And you might have to have a little maneuverability, but we just want to make sure you understand. There's not a lot of heavy lifting involved. You might have to shift things around or tilt things around to work on stuff. Unless you're going to bring stuff home, you're not going to be lifting a lot. We are basically 95% a destination business where you go and do the work at the job site. That way you're not having to haul stuff back and forth. And the fifth step, or the fifth item I look for, is I look for a people person. This is, you got to be able to network a little bit. I don't look for a salesperson. I look for a networker. You know what really promotes us? It's our before and after pictures.
Oh.
You're going to get an iPad as part of our program. In the iPad, it's going to be downloaded with all of our apps. But one of the best apps in there for marketing is our photo gallery. You know the old saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words? Well, with Fibrenew, a picture is worth 10,000 words. And when people see the pictures, myself included, when I came on board with Fibrenew, I was thinking about them. When I saw the picture, I went, oh, come on, those have got to be touched up. Nobody can do. And then the owners will tell me, no, it's the products, Bob. And that's what we do. So pictures promote us. So when you're talking to anybody and you tell them what you're doing, I can restore leather, plastic money. I can make it look beautiful. People look at you and they look at our pictures. They go, you can do that? All you got to do is look them right in the eye and say, give me one opportunity. You will not be disappointed. Number one, it's going to save you 80 to 90% on the cost of a replacement. And number two, which is just as important, we're saving them downtime. And in today's world, with all the pandemics going on and all the different variances, things are back ordered. It's hard to get stuff. So when we can come out, repair something that's back in service typically in 24 hours, that's a pretty big statement to make. Not only do you save 80, 90% on the replacement cost versus replacement, but you save them downtime. So I want people to be able to give that message. And when you can show pictures, typically if we're meeting with somebody and we just do a stop and call, you're in there for 4 or 5 minutes tops. And again, you're not selling. You give them your card and you say, if you ever need a quote or an estimate, just give me a call. I'll be happy to do it. But I will save you money and downtime. They can really appreciate that. And let me tell you, there's a lot of small business owners that own restaurants and bars and eateries, and boy, you can be a lifesaver to them. And one last thing I want to say about that is, what I hear from franchise owners that I have placed over all these years, and there's been quite a few, is, Bob, I wish I would have known about this 4 or 5 years sooner. The work we do and what we do for people and for their lifestyles. We look at Fibrenew as a lifestyle franchise. And most people want to be able to spend more time with their families. Our guys typically work 7:30 in the morning to like 4:30. They're home, they have dinner time. If the kids have got a soccer game or baseball game after school at 3:30, they schedule themselves off because you have the flexibility. We're not out there doing jobs at 10 o'clock at night or 3 in the morning because it's not a requirement. It's something that's got a rip or tear. It's not like life-saving people or anything like that, or furniture or the house. It's going in there at normal working hours, saving it and letting them know they're going to have it back in 24 hours. That is huge in itself. So that's a little bit about who we look for and a little bit about our model. Anything else, Greg, I could answer?
Well, yeah, the products you said that they're using, where are they getting their products from? Are those yours specifically?
Sure, I'll give you 4 bullet points on our products. Currently, right now, we have over 200 products, and quite a few of them are our own recipes that we have developed over the last 30 some years. Number 2 is we manufacture all of our own products, so you never have to worry about, oh, can I get it or not? Number 3, of course, our products are all proprietary. We don't sell them online because our products, is what makes us differentiate us from all the moms and pops out there. And the last thing is our products are inspected by 3 different organizations to ensure safety. That, we've never had any issues health-wise with any of our franchise owners because our products are tested on a regular basis. When our products are tested, by the way, too, once you are a franchise owner, you'll always get our testing reports, so we're doing our homework on a yearly basis. So that's a little bit about our products. The products do rock. I can attest because I've had Fibrenew out at my house I'd say at least 4 or 5 times. And my wife to this day still nods her head like she says, I can't believe what these fellows can do. And by the way, Greg, this isn't an all boys club. We have women owners too. So for your candidates out there that are thinking about this, don't think this is just an all boys club. It can be a couple, it can be a lady owner, or it could be a gentleman owner. It's your discretion. As long as you enjoy working with your hands, you're trainable and coachable, and you're in decent physical condition. Those things all apply.
That's awesome. Now you were talking about when your franchisees go out and just hand out their card, talk to people about what they do. One of the things that one of my candidates are always asking is, how do I get business? So how do you help your candidates figure out where to go, who to talk to get their business?
Excellent. Well, right now, we have 23 alliances and warranty companies we work with. In validation, they'll hear that 10 to 40% of their business comes from that source. And those are companies like, you go out and you buy yourself a recliner. The first thing the salesperson says to you when you sit down to write up the order, are you interested in the extended warranty?
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, how much does that cost? Well, they take it out. Well, a furniture store doesn't do that work. It's an insurance company, and they contact the insurance company. And let me tell you, the salesperson makes sure they know, contact the insurance company, and then the insurance company contacts us. In validation, business owners will hear that 10 to 40% of their business comes from that. Plus, we're real big on the internet. You take all the social media programs, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. I mean, we have so many customers that show their friends because, they befriend us, of course, and it shows like a before and after picture. And one of the guys said to me the other day, he goes, geez, Bob, I don't even have to go out and network anymore. I get so many ads from Facebook. I said, well, wait, you still got to do and follow the program. Don't think, oh, all these leads are coming in. You still got to keep it going. But all the social media programs, our team gets you all set up with all these programs. They show you how you can do text messaging, emails. We got formatted template messages. So it's all pretty simple to do. And that's a good part of it. And plus, one of the things that they have that's a great avenue of business is they do have to have a vehicle. And our vehicle in our system can be a van, it can be a pickup truck, can be an SUV, or even a hatchback automobile. But that vehicle is going to have a wrap installed around it. And the wrap is a marketing wrap, of course. And it's got we are the experts when it comes to leather, plastic, and vinyl restoration. Sometimes it even shows like a boat, a plane, or a recliner. And then it's got their phone number, their email, their website. So people get emails, text messages, phone calls. They even get people honking their horns at them at a stop sign because they're reading on the back of the book. And one of the franchise owners told me, and this is funny, but it's true. He says, Bob, I make a point of stopping at the gas station every day. I go, why do you stop at the gas station? Because while I'm at the pump filling up with even 2 gallons of gas, I always get someone that pulls up next to me and starts inquiring. You guys really can do that kind of work? And bingo, I can pull up my iPad, I can show them some pictures. And pretty soon, one day he said, I got a job from a lady because the dealership wouldn't repair her back seat. They got a rip in it. Her car was brand new and the dog had done it. And she was taking him to the vet. She goes, I took it to the dealer and they go, well, we don't handle that stuff. And she said, I didn't know what I was going to do. And she said, I was going to go on Google and do a Google search, but hey, you're right here. And he showed her some pictures. He said, yeah, I can do it. He got the job right then and there, that he couldn't do it for a week because he was backlogged about a week. But she said, hey, I've waited this long. If you can fix it next week, great. But when he told me that story about I stop at the gas station once a day, I went, what?
That is,
but it made sense.
Yeah, that does. That's pretty wild. Well, how long has Fibrenew been around for?
We've been in business since 1985.
Wow.
We're currently we're in 6 countries. We're in New Zealand, we're in Canada, we're in the United States, of course, we're in Mexico, we're in South America, and the beginning of last year, we went into Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
We have over 285 franchises now throughout the world, and we're growing each and every month. Last year, we had a tremendous year with the pandemic. Our business has really, really jumped. We placed over 41 franchises last year, which means that's a little over 3 a month that we placed, almost 4 a month. But that's doing pretty good. Our validation has been nothing but top notch. And I know, Greg, you know that from the people you placed in the system. But our validation is top notch. We have a lot of territory still in the United States. I think we have over 400 locations still available. It's a business that I would tell you, if you enjoy working with your hands, you want to solve people's problems, and you want to make a difference in your community, and you want to do something that gives you the flexibility of time, Fibrenew is probably one of the best opportunities to review and examine.
It does sound like the perfect business, and I know my people have said so and are still going strong with their franchises as well. And yes, you'll be able to talk with my people as well. If you decide to investigate Fibrenew with Bob Johnston, you can find Bob Johnston out there and Fibrenew out there just about anywhere on social media if you want to get a hold of him. Or if you need an introduction, just give me a call or reach out to me. But you know, who doesn't need vinyl, plastic, and leather repair? One of those businesses where it doesn't matter where you turn, where you look, as Bob pointed out, people will pull up next to you and say, I need that done. It's just everybody's got it. Everybody needs it. Right. Any last words, Bob?
The only thing I kind of echo what you said. One of our statements here is leather, plastic, and vinyl. It is everywhere, and people and businesses want to save money and downtime, and they want to have prompt service. That's what we bring to the table. And when it comes to Fibrenew, if you work with me, like I said, I don't try to sell you. If you'd like to have my phone number, if it's okay with you, Greg,
Easy. Go
my
ahead.
my phone number direct to my office is area code 262-4272. You can call me, leave me a message, let me know you're working with Greg, and I'll be more than happy to return the call and give you any other details you'd like to know. Or also go to our website, which is www.fibrenew.com. And Fibrenew is spelled a little different. It's FIBRENEW.com. And you can see there's a photo section. There's a bunch of iPods. You can listen into a lot of different conversations.
Good deal. Bob, thank you very much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
You too, buddy. Have a great new year, and thanks for your time, Greg.